It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the unscheduled, unprocessed travel and cruise industry news podcast on this Saturday morning, the 4th day in November. Some of you have caught me a little bit on Facebook Lives this morning, and there was a couple of pretty good news stories, which, folks, I have not written a script. We're going to really be flying by the seat of our pants here for a couple of minutes this morning. Have no idea if anybody will pop in and see this, because I'm literally just a minute ago set this thing up and went live. So I haven't promoted it at all. So hopefully some of you will pop in. All right, first, let's bring you up to date on what's going on here on the cruise ship. We've been into some pretty rough weather and a tremendous amount of rain. So much so that when I got upstairs this morning, everything's flooded. Deck 15, which is the bamboo bar, the main pool bar, and the buffet, Marketplace buffet. Of course, on the other end's the spa, but I don't go there, so I don't know if that was flooded or not. But everything around the bamboo bar and definitely the main pool bar, around the main pool bar, there was maybe 3 to 4 inches of water. In the end part of the Marketplace buffet was all underwater. The bars, the outdoor bars out there were underwater. I mean, it was a mess. So we had extremely heavy wind and tremendous wind, heavy rain, and tremendous wind. So yeah, it was a mess. So I just went upstairs to see how things were going, and this is what it looks like just within 15 minutes ago. All right, this is on deck 15. This is the main pool. The rain has actually let up a little bit, so maybe I'm getting closer to the water. It's still raining, but there's still plenty of wind. This morning when I went to breakfast, it was actually worse than this. You get a little bit calm for a second, and all of a sudden there'll be a dip from the ship, and the white caps in the pool will actually go over the top of those statues. Right now, it's just about quit raining. But still, a good bit of deck 15 is flooded. All right, that was just a few minutes ago, up on deck 15. So it's a mess. I did get in to have breakfast, but here's the other thing that's weird about it, and I'm not. This is not necessarily a negative comment about the MSC Meraviglia. Can't get the tongue working this morning. Sorry, Dennis. Meraviglia. There we go. Meraviglia. Anyway, they changed the clocks last night. So the ship's time is different from normal time. Eastern. You guys are still, if you're on this part of the country, you're still on Eastern Daylight Time. The ship's on Eastern Standard Time. So when I go up to do my 6:30, have a cup of coffee with the old fat guy that I've been doing on Facebook, I was an hour early for you guys because, my time and your time is different today. So I thought that was a bit weird. So anyway, then after I had breakfast, I went outside and went live again and to show some of the rainy stuff around the pool and all. So it's just a little bit disjointed situation here in the Meraviglia because we're on our way back to Brooklyn. I still have no idea how I'm getting to the airport tomorrow. I have about 6 options, and the last one is just to get the accessible taxi and pay $133 again, which I really don't want to do. All right. Yeah, I will be back with a brief attempt at some news after a quick break from my network sponsors. Got to let the sponsors in today, too. I'll be right back. All right, guys. So here's what we're going to do for a couple news stories. I mean, I have no pictures, no clips, no nothing. I'm just going to go grab some of the news and relate it to you. I thought there were a couple pretty good stories this morning. A passenger is overboard during a Norwegian cruise ship charter. Of course, that's off the Pearl. A somber event cast a shadow on Norwegian Pearl during the Lamb of God Headbangers boat charter cruise, when a guest went overboard in the early hours of yesterday. The incident unfolded as the ship sailed near the Bahamas on its way back to Miami. That was pretty rough water, too. A search for the missing passenger was quickly initiated. However, after a 9-hour search, the captain of the Norwegian Pearl was forced to cancel the search and rescue mission, and the vessel resumed her course to Miami. All we know at this point, it's a 41-year-old male that went overboard. And we don't have any idea as to how and or why. And of course, Norwegian, issued the usual, apologies and that they can't give any information out and all that business. The Headbangers boat cruise was a special charter voyage offering a unique blend of heavy metal music with the popular metal band Lamb of God as the headliner. The charter cruise was organized by Sixth Man, which is in partnership with Norwegian Cruise Line. So it's always a sad situation when you've got someone going overboard and you think, well, let's not speculate on the type of cruise this was, because you could certainly let your imagination get the best of you on what and why and how and so forth. And let's just wait and see if we ever know. We might never know. All right. So that was one story. And some of you may have already heard this because due to the way the time went, I'm a little late and getting in on this one. Some of my competitors already had it on their channels, but 2 passengers aboard a Carnival cruise ship swiped a pair of art pieces valued at about $13,000, but a search warrant was successfully recovered both small sculptures. While the passengers have not yet been charged with the theft, why not? Further legal action could be taken. Well, I hope so. Security footage shows the art theft. I mean, people are dumb. High-stakes art heists are formerly the focus of mystery novels or dramatic films, but a real-life theft took place aboard a Carnival cruise ship just a couple weeks ago. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh at it. It's happened on the Carnival Legend, and it was all caught on film. It was sailed from Baltimore to Bermuda, and the sculptures were taken from the art gallery. So, anyway, the FBI got a search warrant all duly issued and so forth, and they went to the people's houses and recovered the sculpture. So the art is probably by now back on board. Well, it might not be back on board the ship. They probably have to keep it and lock up for a while till the trials and so forth are over. Pretend those people are, and they're going to go to jail. I would hope they go to jail, and I hope they're banned for ever getting on a cruise ship. Not just Carnival, anybody. So, an art heist on Carnival. That's all we need. Let's see if there's anything else here in the news. Carnival Cruise Line creates a special drink in honor of veterans. Good for them. A legendary ocean liner is set to make a huge comeback. I got to see what this one is, folks. Again, folks, I have not read any of this stuff yet. The SS United States, nicknamed America's flagship for her record-breaking history and innovation, may be returned to New York and repurposed as a mixed-use destination, including event venues, a museum, green space, a hotel, and more. The project is under consideration after the retired ship's landlord in Philadelphia doubled her berth rent during the pandemic, a move that is now slated for trial. Wow. So maybe you got a new ship, a new old ship coming to New York. All right, let's see if anybody else has anything. See if anything's happened in the crew area. And again, folks, I apologize for stumbling through this. I just wanted to go live and hope I covered some of the things. And let's see if there's anything on from the crew guys. That's an old story. No, don't see anything new there. All right. Let me come back over here where I'm supposed to be. All right, let's see if anybody's in this. We'll have a couple people in the chat room. What do you know? Gretchen's with us. I wondered what you were going to do in that weather today. Well, I've gotten wet twice. That's enough. I'll stay inside now. And I'll go out and filming and got wet this morning. Nikki's with us. Hi, Nick. What a mess. Yeah, it is. Hi there, Tom says, surprise show. Yeah, Tom, you never know what I'm going to do. I decided that in lieu of what's been going on in those two stories, what the hell, I'd come on and do it anyway. I was not ready for this. Well, neither was I. There's Mike. Mike's with us too. Hi, Mike. I can understand why they did the time change a day early. Staff has worked hard on Saturday night as it is moving suitcases. Guests might screw up the thing not paying attention to the time change. You know what, Tom, I didn't even think about that, but you're absolutely right. That probably that makes a lot more sense now. Why they did that, just to ease the whole luggage thing tonight on the guys that have to do all the work and to get rid of some confusion. So everybody's confused today, but they'll be ready for the right time tonight. I love it. Seems less deceptive to do it a day earlier. Yeah, I guess. There's Emily. Emily was out misbehaving last night, I think. Didn't I see a? It wasn't a bottle of wine. It was a beer. I'm at my mom's church. Oh, better not say that out loud then. Sorry, Emily, I did not say that you were out drinking beer last night since you're at the church festival. I made mom at mom's chocolate chip cookies. Where's mine? I love chocolate chip cookies. Says hello to everybody. I'm going with a wild drunk. Yeah, that sounds good to me too. I wonder if she's sober. Do chocolate chip cookies when she's drunk. Ooh, that could be dicey. Yeah. Hi, your cookies sound yummy. Well, not till you look at the possibility she was drunk when she made them. They may be very suspect now. You better send them to me and let me taste them before you try to sell them at the church. I think that's a wonderful idea. You have to assume you are being recorded at all times. Yes, you do. Of course, Nikki. SS United States is in bad shape. Hope it does not sink on the way to New York. Yeah, that's going to be a big reclamation project, isn't it? And that's going to cost a lot of money. So that thing's got to, I mean, just to pay for itself is going to be several $1,000,000. She probably won't sail under her own power. I wonder if she can get there on a barge. That's a possibility too, Gretchen. All right, guys. I just wanted to jump in real quick and do this. For those of you that have been catching me on the Facebook Lives this morning, my apologies. I'll throw that too, but most of you know that if I'm doing a direct Facebook Live, which I make no money on, I mean, there's no monetization on Facebook. I mean, not that I make much money from YouTube, but at least, hopefully one of these days it's going to build up to the point that I'll get a check. But I only get a check now about every 3 months for $100. It sucks. But if I do a live stream, which I would broadcast on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, or possibly TikTok, because I'm thinking about trying to do lives on TikTok now because my numbers on TikTok are just astronomical. If somebody's watching on Facebook and makes a comment, I can't see who it is if I'm on StreamYard. It comes through as Facebook user. It doesn't identify the person. So then to try to get people that were watching on Facebook to get used to the habit of, you got to put your name in the comments on who the comment's coming from. It's just kind of a pain, but I mean, yeah, it would be beneficial to the channel because it would add views and so forth to my overall channel presentation, which may eventually add up to a little more money. On the other side of the equation is it's so much easier when people pop in on Facebook and make a comment. I know who they are if I'm on Facebook. So I was thinking this morning of trying it, which is a good thing I didn't because nobody was there because I was an hour early. Duh. So it wouldn't have helped me a bit to do it this morning. So I don't know what I'll do about that for the next cruise. And I might as well point this out, folks. Right now, the next cruise is sort of up in the air for me. Personal matters totally, dealing with the home side of things. My sister apparently had a pretty rough couple days. The doctor came out to the house this morning, as a matter of fact. So I have to see when I get home, depending on how comfortable I am with leaving for 9 or 10 days. I'll see. So there's a possibility that I may have to cancel out, which I don't want to do because, number one, because this is the cruise I'm doing with Pittsburgh Jason. And I've looked forward to that now for 2 years since I booked this thing, which was originally booked, if you recall, on the Carnival Freedom. And then it got changed over to the Conquest because the Freedom is, I don't remember why it was changed over at the time, but some reason that they changed everything on Freedom over to Conquest. But anyway, I will, I'll let everybody know, obviously, because number one, next week, I have a doctor's appointment Wednesday afternoon at 1 o'clock. And after the doctor's appointment, I'm going to start driving and it's to Miami because it's I might be pushing it to get there because we sail on Friday. So that'll give me a day and a half, which I should be okay. But I'm just going to have to play that one by ear and see, because that's going to add, a couple days before the cruise driving, a couple days after the cruise. I'll check airfare, but then again, I'm trying to do as much budgeting as I can right now. So I don't know. I'll see. I'll play it by ear. We'll see what the situation is at home, and then I'll decide. Hi, Katie. Glad you made it in, Katie. So anyway, that's going to wrap me up for today. I'm going to probably be sitting here doing work most of the day. I'm 3/4 packed already because we had a good hour and a half or so, maybe 2 hours during the night when I'm normally up working, that we had no Wi-Fi at all. And I'm guessing that was in the heart of the storm. I mean, none. It was dead. So, but finally, I came back at 6 o'clock or so this morning. So I'm probably just going to sit here and, I don't have a whole lot more to do. I went out and did a little filming on some things that I had missed and wanted to get in. I may go out and do a little more if the weather clears up, which is looking kind of iffy. I'd like to do some of the upper deck stuff that I haven't done yet. If I don't, I'm not going to worry about it. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for now. I'll see everybody on Monday back in the studio. And of course, guys, as always, stay safe, stay healthy. Think about cruising. One day soon, we'll all get together on the high seas. I promise you we will. You guys have a phenomenal weekend, or at least the rest of it. Stay dry. I'm going to try to, at least. I'll see everybody on Monday. Have a great day, everybody. Later, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.